Oh my God, Erica, this new moon energy, the Leo energy, summer, it's fire. How are you feeling?
I'm feeling it. It's a very good time to get creative and that fiery passion, baby.
Yeah, it's very fiery, and my sacral chakra has been going crazy. I finished my moon cycle, and oh my gosh, it was very juicy. But anyways, so hello everyone. I am Miroslava. Welcome to Rising Gems, and I am here with
Erica.
And yeah, so we are back with another episode. This one, like you were hearing us talking about, is going to be all about the new moon in Leo. If you want to learn more about the astrology behind this new moon in Leo, definitely go check out the full episode at the Rising Gems podcast. The link is going to be in the description of this video. Erica brings in powerful perspectives about the new moon, but also brings in a lot of information regarding the energy of the astrological sign of Leo. But if you just want to know about the different spiritual practices and tools that you can utilize for sex, magic, manifestation, courage, empowerment rituals, definitely keep watching this video. And yeah, I actually also share some channel perspectives about the new moon, so you'll get a little bit of everything here. Without further ado, are you ready, Erica? Let's dive in.
I'm ready.
Oh my God, everything that you shared, I totally agree. What I wanted to say when you were talking about the Leo energy is that, well, I personally, I love Leos. I love that energy because I feel that it keeps me kind of on my feet, on my toes, and I am a Gemini, so I do like I do like my mind, my brain, my everything to be stimulated constantly. And so I do need someone that keeps me laughing and keeps the energy high vibe. And Leo is like the sun. It's like this very powerful, beautiful energy. Leos have a huge heart. They are loving and so caring. They love everyone. They love their families. And I just really love that energy. So if you're a Leo and you're listening to us, wow, like you really got the whole sunshine on you. It's a very beautiful energy. And the notes that I took, Erica, are pretty much the same that you talked about, the same energy. So it was very connected. So I love that. And we talked about the sacral chakra and how this is, it's very much connected to the Leo energy as well. And what I kept hearing in my mind was like the sacral fire. And I'm sorry, I apologize about my chihuahua. She's going crazy right now. So if you hear her, just ignore her. But yeah, so I kept hearing the sacral fire. It was like this very intense energy within the sacral chakra. And I felt the energy also of Mary Magdalene and Goddess Isis come in for me. But I think this is also in general with the whole energy. And what I kind of felt with the sacral fire, it was that it's the spark of creation that is generated in the womb. And the womb is the holiest of places where life is conceived and brought to physical existence, or to this physical experience. And now you don't have to have a womb, but what I am saying is that the womb is located in that same area, around that same space where the sacral chakra is. And I do feel that that space is a lot about creativity and creation. It is also about sexuality, and sexuality in a lot of different religions and also spirituality it's sort of like this creation portal. Two souls meet and they, make love. There's a lot of energy that is cultivated and that can be used to manifest or to attract things into your experience. And so it's definitely a new moon for us to tap into that energy. And I know that this is not, new moons are more like internal. It's like the inward reality. You don't really focus on a lot of the external, but that's more so for like the full moons, manifestation, all that stuff. But with this new moon, what I felt, because it is in the sign of Leo, and Leo is to me more of like this masculine energy. It is like the sun. So to me, this feels like a very powerful energy for us to sit with ourselves, to if you're single, to make love to yourself and to start cultivating that sexual fire, to then kind of start maybe manifesting or start getting to know what it is that you want to manifest in this experience. Maybe try to come up with ideas or goals that you have for each other in as a maybe a couple, or goals that you have for yourself, and start integrating that energy as you are, we're gonna say this, masturbating yourself and stuff like that. So be creative during this time. I feel that's very needed. And definitely, if it resonates, if it doesn't, then just go inwards and meditate and do your thing. But yeah, so that's what I was feeling. And another thing that you can try, and this is for if you like this sexual energy, whenever you are cultivating the energy, and I'm sure Erica knows about this because you have read the Magdalene manuscript, The Alchemies of Horus, right?
Yes, twice actually.
Yes. Oh my gosh, I've read that so many times.
Yeah.
And it's just so good. And if you're a twin flame, oh my gosh, if you're on the journey, a lot of the information that Magdalene shares in that book it hits home.
Yeah.
And it is so beautiful, so highly recommended. But in The Alchemist of Horus, whenever you are cultivating energy, you don't release it with the orgasm. You contain the energy in those lower chakras, in the sacral chakra, and then you move it upward to the higher chakras to then extend that energy to the etheric self, which is like this etheric twin, the light body, I guess in a way we can say it. And it's a very powerful energy that makes you more magnetic, magnetizes you, and you are able to attract and to manifest and to be more of the mastermind of this quantum field or the matrix, the simulation. Go check out our previous episode about the simulation if you haven't. But yeah, so now I wanted to share some tools that you can use during this new moon, during any new moon, or during any spiritual practice that you have when you are trying to manifest or to work with the sexual energy. And so I wanted to start by sharing some of the crystals that I like using for this specific energy, because I do believe that crystals are powerful tools and they're so alive and full of energy. They're like batteries for us whenever we are feeling weak and just so out of this experience. But one of the crystals that I love for this sacral energy, manifestation, confidence, courage, leadership, and all of those amazing things is garnet. And I actually made a ring for myself during this time with garnet and pyrite, and I thought this was such a great combination because their energy is very like masculine, but weirdly I do feel that garnet holds a very strong feminine energy of attraction. And if you look at maybe polished or tumbled garnet, what I see is kind of like the blood that comes out of us when we menstruate, and it looks like kind of like the darker blood that comes out. So I feel it's very connected to the feminine energy as well. But they're all about pyrite as well, because like I said, I have this ring that I made for myself, but they're all about attraction and confidence and abundance, money. If you're wanting to manifest some money yourself, or this new cycle, new moon cycle, definitely try those two. And I do feel that pyrite is very much like the Leo energy, because it's like very like solar codes, and it's very bright and it's very masculine too. So if you are more so in your feminine energy and you need a crystal to tap into more of the masculine within yourself, definitely try pyrite. That's going to do the trick. It's helped me a lot personally. Another crystals that you can use for yourself as well are ruby. And ruby is, I feel, connected to the lower chakras, the root, the sacral, but then also to the heart. So it's kind of like brings balance into our chakra system, and it allows us to open the heart while we are manifesting with our sexual fire. And to me, ruby is the stone for Mary Magdalene, ruby and garnet. So I definitely recommend those two. And another one that I recommend also to work with this energy is, of course, carnelian. And if you don't have access to carnelian, you can use orange calcite. And these are powerful crystals, again, for the sacral chakra. And if you combine them with, like I was saying, with garnet, with ruby, and also with pyrite, you can also add maybe citron to the mix. Citron is more gentle than pyrite. So if you don't want to go full masculine and, start doing those things more like stronger and, all that stuff, definitely try citron first and then move on to pyrite, because I do feel that citron is more gentle. And it's very beautiful energy as well, very golden. So I wrote here gold and copper. And these are powerful metals that you can use. And since this energy is all about being creative and, and doing things for yourself, maybe, make your own pendant, your own ring, because, that's what I've been doing myself, just making rings for myself, tuning into this energy. And I use copper because that's the metal that I feel conducts energy better. And it's also cheaper. We can all access copper more than we can access gold. And so definitely give that a try. Do something for yourself during this new moon. And if you are focusing on manifesting a specific thing, let's say you want to manifest maybe a partner, or maybe more love in your life, or more confidence, try the crystals that we shared with you, wrap them with copper wire, make your own little pendant or your own ring, and wear it with you during this whole this new moon cycle, that we are entering. And I think it'll be a great little thing for you to do for yourself during this new moon. Other things that you can do for yourself, maybe try to, one thing that you can try, and I know that a lot of people here, maybe you don't like drawing, but I do feel that maybe what you can do during this new moon is sit in front of the mirror and look at yourself in the mirror. How do you see yourself? And put that version of you that you see in the mirror into a beautiful drawing. So maybe it's not going to be like Picasso, like Da Vinci, right? But you can start working with that creative energy and maybe start drawing your eyes, draw your hair, maybe your mouth, do something for yourself. And then once you have the drawing complete, add some color, with maybe watercolors, or just use markers, color pencils, get creative. And if you don't want to draw yourself, maybe get a coloring book, or go to online to Canva or somewhere and find something that you like and print it and draw and color it, and just have fun and enjoy the process. Another thing that you can do is maybe create a collage with, pictures that kind of express the goals that you have for yourself for this next moon cycle, or the things that you want to manifest, or just the things that you love about yourself. Make a collage of pictures of you. Maybe put a big picture of your eyes, or your mouth, or your hair, your feet, if you're into feet, your hands. Another thing that you can do for yourself is, if you like herbal teas, you can actually create something for yourself during this new moon. I actually did that before we started recording the episode. This is a tea that I created using, I believe it was yarrow, cinnamon, ginger, nettle, and I added some bee pollen because I have allergies and I wanted to see if maybe that would help me with that. But I've infused this tea with a lot of intention and with that Leo energy, and those herbs are very much connected to also the solar plexus and the heart. I believe nettle is maybe more so connected to the higher chakras. But I wanted to share really quickly, I wanted to share a recipe for a sacred sexuality that you can do for yourself during this new moon. And if you give it a go, definitely let us know. Tag us on Instagram. You can find the links or our information in the description of this episode. But you can also just say that you found the recipe with the rising gems. The ingredients that you need are jasmine. Jasmine is all about sexuality, love, magic, and it's also known as the queen of the night. So if you are, more in that darker energy and you want to dive into that beautiful moon energy, that'll be a flower that you can use for your tea. Also, another flower that you can use is rose petals. And this one is all about love and feminine energy. So it's very beautiful, and you can include either jasmine or rose petals or have both included in the tea, whatever you choose. And then what I always recommend is ginger. Ginger is it's all about vitality, it's confidence, and it's also expansion, and it adds a little heat to whatever concoction you are coming up with. It's very powerful. It just takes everything to the next level. Yarrow, and this one is feminine energy. It is the Empress. To me, it feels like the Empress energy, Empress vibes, and it also helps clearing energy, and it's very good for the reproductive health as well. And you can also add hibiscus, and this is passion, love, lust, and like all the sexual energy. It adds a beautiful color or tint of red. So if you want the tea to have more of a color, you can add some hibiscus, or you can also add, I believe it's called rose hips. But yeah, hibiscus has I love the flavor of hibiscus. So you can use those herbs and just put them in a large container, put some hot water, let them steam for maybe at least 10 minutes, and then just drink the tea as you are sitting with yourself, making love with yourself, or, doing all those fun Leo things during this new moon. But so the note that I have for this tea is that this strengthens or gives a boost to the sacral energetic centers of the sacral chakra. It connects us to the feminine aspect or the feminine polarity by bringing us back to love, bringing us back to ourselves. It is great for heart and womb healing, sex magic, of course, self-love rituals, and also goddess empowerment. So I highly recommend that tea. I didn't have that one today, but I am definitely going to give it a go for this new moon. And if you give it a try again, let us know how it goes. If you want to just keep it simple, just go for ginger and cinnamon, and maybe add a little bit of rose petals, or maybe chamomile if you have. That's good for the solar plexus and the lower chakras as well. Also, if you want to keep it even more simple, just take some of the lemon slices with ginger, a little bit of cinnamon, and there you go. That's a simple tea with a little bit of agave or honey, if you eat honey. Honey, it's been known as the liquid gold. It's been used for thousands of years, and it is seen as magical and sacred. If you choose to incorporate this into your practice, make sure that it is done with the right energy and intention. Honey is great for spells or practices that are revolving around the energy of manifestation. It is known to add sweetness to all spells. So let's say here it would add sweetness to the heart and the womb of the goddess. Honey is also a great addition to beauty, love, and prosperity spells. Now, if you choose to use herbs during this new moon, or just as an additional spiritual practice for the creation of magic, I highly recommend that when you are working with the herbs, that you get to know them, that you get to feel their energy and their intention. One herb may be doing something specifically for me, but for you, that same herb may do something completely different, and the energy may show up differently for you. So definitely keep that in mind. But I do recommend that you take the herbs that you are working with, that you place your hands over the container that you are putting the herbs in, or the water if you are making your own tea. Put your hands over the container and set an intention. Give the herbs instructions. What magical power do you want them to enhance, strengthen, or awaken. If you are making a tea, let the herbs sit for a few minutes. I like to leave them at least 10 minutes up to an hour. Sometimes, depending on which herb I am using, I leave them overnight. But it is your choice, and also do a little bit of research to see which ones you can actually create infusions out of. I also recommend that when you are drinking the herbal tea, that you allow yourself to savor the delicious flowers and the oils that are released from the herbs. Integrate the energy within yourself with every sip that you take. Allow the vibration of the flowers, the herbs, to awaken the inner goddess.
Yes.
Another tool that you can use if you want to do a meditation practice, or if you want to do a sacred ritual with your herbal tea during the new moon, if you want to use candles, because fire, I think it's a very powerful element that we can incorporate during this time. You can have your tea is going to be water, which is moon energy, and then the fire of the candle can be solar energy, but then also that Leo fire and that sexual fire. But what I like using during this, or what I recommend that you use, the color of the candle, I think has a lot to do with whatever we are intending or to do with this practice or manifestation or all of that stuff. But you can never go wrong with a white candle. So if you want to use that, definitely go for it. But if you want to use other colored candles, what I recommend also is red. Red is all about sexual fire. It is passion, it is power, it is courage. I wouldn't personally use red for love or for self-love, because it's more like lusty love. It's more like that passionate, wild love. To me, I like more gentle, more tender love. So I would use probably pink or like white. But if you're in for it and you want to go wild and crazy and, tap into that energy, definitely go for red. But yeah. And then also another color that you can use for the candle is yellow. This one is all about happiness, wisdom, communication, the solar plexus, solar energy, Leo, and also orange, of course. And that's all about abundance, confidence, vitality, creativity, celebration, and again, the sacral chakra. And finally, I have gold. And this one is all about money, positivity, luxury, sun magic, masculine energy, fortune. I feel that the gold is kind of like putting a spotlight on yourself. That's kind of like what that gold candle energy feels like to me. So if you're ready to step into the spotlight, definitely light up that gold candle and put it on yourself. But yeah, so I just quickly wanted to share that. Anyway, so I'm going to close it here. Thank you all so much for being here. And yeah, so we'll catch you on the next episode. Follow us, share this podcast, please leave us a review on Spotify, Apple Podcast, and we'll catch you on the next episode. Have a beautiful new moon.
Thank you so much. Bye.